So let's start with lecture number 18. So CRCs are I'm reading slide 2 for you guys. CRCs are used to identify data modification. This is just the review of the previous lectures, right? Previous lecture of hashing. Uh, CRCs are used to identify data modifications, but these are commonly used lower in the network stack. Since these functions work lower in the network stack, they are used to identify modifications as in corruption when the packet is transmitted from one computer to another. Now see, I mean, we have discussed regarding cyclic redundancy check. What is the disadvantage of that thing? The disadvantage of CRC, it is going to find the modification in the data lower in the OSI layer, or you may call it as during the transmission. If any spike occurs or if any modification is being done during a transmission, right, that needs to be identified by the cyclic redundancy check, and I have already told you in my previous lecture also, right? So, but that is not going to manage any type of modification, intentional or unintentional, in the upper layer of an OSI model, right? So, go to the slide number 3. HMAC, CBCMAC, and CMAC we already covered, right? HashMAC, Cipher Blockchain MAC, and Cipher MAC work higher in the network stack and identify not only transmission errors that are called as accidental, but also more nefarious modifications, as in an attacker messing with a message for his own benefit. Now see, okay, this means all of these technologies except CRC can identify intentional, unauthorized modifications and accidental changes, 3 in 1. Now see, I mean, after CRC, we have covered HMAC, we have covered CBCMAC, but we haven't yet covered CMAC that we need to cover in our current lecture that we are right now studying, right? Now, all these three different versions of MAC, right? HMAC, CBCMAC, and CMAC are actually working on higher layer over a network stack. Network stack का मतलब ये होता है आपकी जो OSI या TCP/IP model है, right? And they might identify not only transmission errors. I mean, they are not only identifying the transmission errors. I mean to say that the data that is being traveling over a network, over a link, they are also responsible to detect these type of error, as well as they are also going to find any type of modification that is being made by the attacker by modifying any sort of information over the higher layer or the upper layer of a network, right? So this means that all of these three technologies, I mean, except CRC, they can identify intentional, unauthorized modifications and accidental changes. I mean, all these three things are going to be managed by your HMAC, CBCMAC, and CMAC. But when we're talking about CRC, CRC is only responsible to manage, to find any type of modification that is being made over a transmission line, or when your data is being traveling over a transmission. So CMAC, another type of MAC hashing function that is being used for hashing as a hashing, right? So a cipher-based message authentication code. As with most things in security, the industry found some security issues with CPC-MAC and created cipher-based message authentication code. CMAC provides the same type of data origin authentication and integrity as CBCMAC, but it is more secure mathematically. CMAC is a variation of CBCMAC. It is approved to work with AES and TripleDES. Now see, how does the CBCMAC works? If you do remember, actually in CBCMAC, what is going to be happen? Your message is being encrypted using a cipher blockchain mechanism, and it is being passed from different boxes, and the output of the final box, I mean the final output that we are getting, the encrypted text that we are getting at the end of each last box, that would be act as the MAC code for that particular scenario, right? Now that MAC code would be attached with the original message and would be sending towards the receiver's end, and at the receiver's end the same procedure of CBC MAC is being applied and a new MAC is being generated, and that MAC is being compared and then would be checking whether it is being modified or not, right? This was the main procedure of your CBC MAC, but there were some limitations of the CBC MAC, right? So based on that limitations, a new technique was designed or proposed that is called as your cipher-based authentication code or cipher MAC, right? CMAC provides the same type of data origin authentication and integrity. I have told you that what I mean by the data origin authentication in CBC MAC, I mean when the authentication is being made from the sender, not from the individual user. That is what you can call it as data origin authentication. And integrity we already ensure using a hashing function, right, as CBC MAC, but it's more secure mathematically, ठीक है? लेकिन ये आपके पास CBC MAC से ज़्यादा secure है mathematically, right? Idea. So CMAC is a variation of CBC MAC. It is approved to work with AES and triple DES. अब ये आपके पास कौन से symmetric algorithms के साथ work करता है? It works with AES and triple DES, right? So what the CMAC is? So let's read the CMAC. I mean to say that definition, cipher-based message authentication code. So here is how CMAC works. The symmetric algorithm that is called as your AES or triple DES creates a symmetric key. The key is used to create a subkeys. The subkeys are used individually to encrypt the individual block of a message as shown in the figure. This is exactly how CBC MAC works, but with some better magic that work underneath the hood. Now see, आपके पास इसमें क्या होता है? आपके पास एक symmetric key generate होती है, and you know that when we are talking about the symmetric key, they are same at both ends. So I mean at the sender end as well as at the receiver's end. अब वो जो आपने key generate की है symmetric, that is again divided into the sub keys, right? And these sub keys are going to encrypt individual block in CMAC, or you may call it as cipher-based message authentication code, right? So this exactly works like a CBC MAC, but with some better magic rather than that is being working inside the CBC MAC, right? Now see, in this particular diagram, if you can see, we might have a message that we have divided into certain blocks. Now these blocks are being encrypted by each subkey, right? Encryption, and then it would be going to the second block and third block and so on, right? So this is the procedure of cipher blockchaining node procedure, right? CMAC is a block cipher message based message authentication code algorithm. This means that it can provide the authentication of the data origin as in the computer it was sent from, but not the person who sent it. Now make sure it is also providing the data origin authentication. I mean, it is not going to provide you the user-based authentication, because it is going to ensure us that the message is coming from which computer, not it is going to mention from which particular person, right? So I mean, this is this slide is going to tell you regarding the hash functionality, how the things are going to be done in hash functionality. First of all, sender puts a message through a hashing algorithm and generates a message digest value, right? We know that आपका message जो है pass होता है hashing algorithm से, and we would be getting a message digest in response to that. Now sender sends that message and MD value to the receiver. सेंडर क्या करता है? आपके मैसेज को एमडी के साथ, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज योर मैसेज डाइजेस्ट के साथ कंबाइन करता है, एंड देन दैट टू वैल्यूज आर बीइंग सेंट टू द रिसीवर. नाउ रिसीवर रन्स जस्ट द मैसेज थ्रू द सेम हैशिंग एल्गोरिथम एंड क्रिएट्स एन इंडिपेंडेंट एमडी वैल्यू. रिसीवर क्या करता है? मैसेज को उठाता है, पास करता है हैशिंग एल्गोरिथम से, और एक और इंडिपेंडेंट मैसेज डाइजेस्ट क्रिएट करता है. रिसीवर कंपेयर्स बोथ एमडी वैल्यूज. आई मीन नाउ रिसीवर वुड comparing the value that is coming from, one is that is coming from the sender and the one that is being generated by the receiver himself, and they both are being combined. If they are the same, the message was not modified. That's I already told you, right? So what type of services provided? Integrity, but not confidentiality or authentication. Can detect only unintentional modification. Now see, आप कौन सी services लेते हैं? जैसे हम कह रहे थे ना कि when we are talking about encryption like symmetric or asymmetric key cryptography, so what type of services we are getting? I mean, we are getting confidentiality, integrity, authenticity, rapidation, all these services are being offered by symmetric and asymmetric key cryptography, right? So in this particular scenario, hash functions के अंदर जो one way hash होता है, what we are getting integrity, but confidentiality and integrity or sorry, authentications are not being achieved. So we have the HMAC functionality. How the HMAC is being performed: the first step is sender concatenate a message and secret key and puts the result through a hashing algorithm. This creates a MAC value. I mean, I have told you that a key is being combined with a message, passing through a hashing algorithm, and you would receive a value that is called as a MAC value. Second step में क्या होता है? Sender appends the MAC value to the message and send it to the receiver. अब क्या होता है हमारे पास? Sender is going to append that particular generated MAC value with the original message and then send to the receiver. The receiver, the third step, the receiver takes just the message and concatenates it with its own symmetric key. This results in an independent MAC value, right? अब receiver क्या करेगा? Message उठाएगा, उसको concatenate करेगा with his own symmetric key and generates another MAC value, right? By passing through a hashing algorithm. The receiver compares the two MAC value. If they are the same, the receiver knows the message was not modified and knows from which system it came, right? Now the same thing is being applied. The values are being compared. If they are the same, not modified. If they are different, they are modified, or like that, right? So this was regarding the HMAC functionality. What type of services we are getting from this particular HMAC functionality? Integrity and data origin authentication. ये दो चीजें हमें services मिलती हैं HMAC से, right? But again, confidentiality is not ensured or provided through this particular function, right? That was HMAC. ठीक है, हमने पढ़ चुके हैं इसको, उसकी जस्ट रिवीजन आपको बताई जा रही है. देन वी हैव CBC MAC, राइट? CBC MAC में हमारे पास क्या होता है? Sender encrypts a message with a symmetric block algorithm in CBC mode. I told you that कि आपके पास वहां पे मैसेज जो है encrypt होता है by passing through a CBC mode, right? आपका एक इनपुट जो है दूसरे में आउटपुट, पहले का आउटपुट दूसरे में इनपुट जाएगा एंड फिर आपका डेटा इनपुट होता जो फाइनली आउटपुट आपको मिलेगी, राइट? द लास्ट ब्लॉक इज यूज्ड एज द मैक, और आखिरी ब्लॉक से जो आउटपुट मिलेगी दैट विल बी यूज्ड एज अ मैक वैल्यू फॉर hashing function, right? Now the plain text message and the appended MAC are sent to the receiver. अब इसमें देखिए कोई हैशिंग परफॉर्म नहीं हो रही. मेक श्योर दैट यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड. यहाँ पे आपके पास जो आपने मैक वैल्यू जनरेट की है दैट यू हैव जनरेटेड बाय यूजिंग इंक्रिप्शन, ठीक है? एंड व्हाट टेक्निक यू हैव यूज्ड CBC, साइफर ब्लॉकचेन मोड, राइट? And the result value that you are getting, that is called as a MAC value. The plain text message and the appended MAC are sent to the receiver. वो आपको sender को भेजे जाएंगे. The receiver को भेजे जाएंगे. The receiver encrypts the message, creates a new MAC and compares the two values. Now receiver will perform the same operation with the message, right? And it performs encryption over there, and the final block of value that would be acted as a MAC value would be compared with the original or the sender MAC, and if both are the same, the data is not being modified, and if they are changed, the data has been modified, right? Now what type of services we are getting from this particular CBC MAC functionality? We are getting data origin authentication and integrity, right? ये दो चीजें हमें मिल रही हैं इस पर्टिकुलर फंक्शनैलिटी के साथ, राइट? एक तो हमें डेटा ओरिजिन ऑथेंटिकेशन मिल रही है, एंड यू मस्ट बी वेरी मच क्लियर रिगार्डिंग द डेटा ओरिजिन ऑथेंटिकेशन के व्हाट आई मीन बाय डेटा ओरिजिन ऑथेंटिकेशन. आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू, राइट? और सेकंड चीज हमें मिल रही है इंटीग्रिटी ऑफ द इंफॉर्मेशन, राइट? आ जाए तीसरी चीज के ऊपर, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज CMAC, जो हमने करंटली पढ़ा है, ठीक है? CMAC वर्क्स द सेम एज द CBC, राइट? CBC MAC, but is based on more complex logic and mathematical function. It works same as like CBC, but it's more bit complex and more secure than your CBC MAC, right? Now, types of hashing algorithms. As stated earlier, the goal of using a one-way hash function is to provide a fingerprint of the message if two different messages produces the same hash value. It would be easier for an attacker to break that security mechanism because patterns would be revealed. A strong one hash function should not provide the same hash value for two or more different messages. If a hashing algorithm takes steps to ensure it does not create the same hash value for two more messages, it is said to be collision free. Now see, this is a bit different slide, right? Now see, I have told you that what is fingerprint or a message digest, both are the same value. हम जो हैशिंग एल्गोरिथम के बाद आउटपुट मिलता है उसको हम मैसेज डाइजेस्ट भी कहते हैं, उसको हम फिंगरप्रिंट भी कहते हैं. आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू इन माय प्रीवियस लेक्चर, राइट? Now see, as we know that what is message digest, it is a fixed type of string value that is being generated when your message is being passed through a certain hashing algorithm or hashing function, right? Now see, if two messages are going to generate the same hash value or same fingerprint or same message digest, what does this means? This means that you are going to generate certain type of patterns. I mean आपका जो algorithm है वो अगर आपके पास एक ही multiple messages के same message digest generate हो रहे हैं, ठीक है? Try to understand my point. This means that there is the patterns आपके पास generate हो रहे हैं, and I have already told you if the patterns are going to be generated, your attacker can easily reveal those particular pattern and can predict the next value or upcoming value, right? So we don't need any type of patterns in our output data or like that, right? So in second para, what he is going to tell you, a strong one-way hash function should not provide the same hash value for two or more different messages. तो conclusion क्या हुआ कि आपके पास जो एक strong hash function होता है, it must not have to generate the similar pattern or similar hash value for टू डिफरेंट मैसेजेस. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने दो डिफरेंट मैसेजेस को दो डिफरेंट हैशिंग एल्गोरिथम से पास किया, ठीक है, सॉरी उसी एक हैशिंग एल्गोरिथम से पास किया, एंड द रिजल्टिंग वैल्यू मस्ट बी डिफरेंट बिकॉज दे आर द टू डिफरेंट मैसेजेस, ठीक है, दो डिफरेंट मैसेजेस से. तो जब वो हैशिंग एल्गोरिथम से पास होंगे तो इट मस्ट हैव टू जनरेट टू डिफरेंट मैसेज डाइजेस्ट. लेकिन अगर आपके पास दो सेम मैसेज डाइजेस्ट प्रोड्यूस हो रहे हैं दो डिफरेंट मैसेजेस के, दिस मींस दैट देयर इज सम लूप होल और देयर इज सम वल्नरेबिलिटी, तो हम नहीं कह सकते लेकिन उसकी लिमिटेशन है उस पर्टिकुलर हैश फंक्शन की, it is generating the same digest value for two different messages, right? So if a hashing algorithm takes steps to ensure it does not create the same hash value for two or more messages, it is said to be a collision free. Now see, another term that is being used, this is called as collision free. Agar aapka algorithm, I mean we are talking about a hashing algorithm, is going to ensure that there must not be any similar message digest would be generated for two different messages. This procedure is being called as a collision free hashing algorithm. ठीक है जी, I'm again going to repeat it for you. अगर आपका हैशिंग एल्गोरिथम इस चीज को इंश्योर करता है कि दो डिफरेंट मैसेजेस के सेम मैसेज डाइजेस्ट जनरेट ना हो, आई मीन दिस इज एन इंटरनल मैकेनिज्म ऑफ दैट हैशिंग एल्गोरिथम, इट इज गोइंग टू इंश्योर देयर मस्ट नॉट बी द जनरेशन ऑफ टू सिमिलर हैश वैल्यूज और मैसेज डाइजेस्ट फॉर टू डिफरेंट मैसेजेस, राइट? This is going to be called as collision free hashing algorithm, right? So desired feature of cryptographic hashing function, अब आपके पास क्या है? First point is the hash should be computed over the entire message, right? This is very important. अब हम देखने जा रहे हैं कि cryptographic hash function के desired features क्या होने चाहिए. I mean what might be the good characteristics of any hash that is being generated. The hash should be computed over the entire. ऐसा नहीं है जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था वन टाइम पैड, अगर वन टाइम पैड आपका is not equal to the message, ओरिजिनल मैसेज, तो जब आपके पास दोनों का जोर फंक्शन परफॉर्म होगा तो it could possibility आपके पास पैटर्न जनरेट हो जाएगा. So they must be equal, the both values must be equal. The same is applies over here. आपका जो हैश है वो पूरे के पूरे मैसेज के ऊपर अप्लाई होना चाहिए, ना कि आपके पास पार्ट ऑफ अ मैसेज पे अप्लाई हो, ठीक है? Second point is the hash should be a one-way function, so messages are not disclosed by their values. I mean make sure कि hash is always be a one-way function. It is not a reverse function. मीन टू से जैसे आपके पास वन वे हैश की नहीं, वन वे फंक्शन की जब हम बात करते थे तो इट इज ऑल्सो बीन एग्जीक्यूटेड इन द फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन as well as it is executed in the backward direction too, right? But in this particular scenario the generation of the encryption, I mean not encryption, but always your one way hash is going to be generated in the forward direction. It must not have to be I mean executed in the reverse direction. Third point is, given a message and its hash value, computing another message with the same hash value should be impossible, right? आपके पास एक मैसेज है और उसकी हैश वैल्यू है, अब आप एक और मैसेज कंप्यूट कर रहे हैं और विद द सेम हैश वैल्यू, दैट इज इम्पॉसिबल, right? Fourth point is, the function should be resistant to birthday attacks, right? Explained in the upcoming session, attacks against one-way hash function. अब birthday attacks क्या होते हैं? We will have to learn in our future classes, but the function should be, I mean जो आपका one-way hash है, जो hashing function है, it must have to be resistant against any type of birthday attack that needs to be occurred in this particular scenario, right? So these are the desired features. I mean, this what we are expecting from the cryptographic hash function. I mean, these functionalities must be included in any type of cryptographic hashing, right? अब हमारे पास हैशिंग एल्गोरिथम्स कौन से यूज होते हैं? आई मीन दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन्फॉर्मेशन. एनीबडी आस्क यू दैट कि जी MD1 MD2 MD4 क्या होता है, तो यू मस्ट बी नोइंग दैट, राइट? सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी नीड टू read the information detail of an algorithm and then the description. First of all, you can see message digest 2, that is called as MD2 algorithm. This is a one-way function that produces a 128-bit hash value, much slower than MD4 and MD5. Now see, अच्छा जी, अब इसको आपने किस बेसिस के ऊपर रेट करना है? रेट करने का मकसद ये है, इसको आपने किस बेसिस के ऊपर इवेल्युएट करना है. This is going to generate certain sort of hash value. I mean, just imagine कि आपका hash function क्या करता है? Encryption तो perform नहीं करता. It is going to generate a hash value that is a fixed value string. तो अब हर एक जो आपका हैशिंग एल्गोरिथम है, it would be generating certain value based on that particular hash function, right? So second point is okay, one-way function produces a 128-bit hash value and much lower than MD4 and MD5, right? Second is message digest 4 or MD4 algorithm. One-way function produces a 128-bit hash value. Again आपका जो MD4 है वो आपके पास 128-bit hash value produce करता है. Message digest 5 और MD5 algorithm, it is going to one-way function produces a 128-bit hash value more complex than MD4, right? We already discussed all these things. Then we have Havel. Havel आपके पास एक और hashing algorithm है. One-way function variable hash value, modification of MD5 algorithm that provides more protection against attacks that affects MD5. Now see, Havel is a bit different from message digest algorithm, right? इसमें आपके पास क्या होता है? आपके पास variable length hash value generate होती है. That would not be a fixed value. That is a variable length hash value is going to be generated. It is the modification or enhancement of MD5 algorithm that is going to provide more protection against any type of attack that might affect your MD5. So we have a secure hashing algorithm that is called as SHA, और ये बड़ा पॉपुलर एल्गोरिथम है, आप लोगों ने सुना होगा SHA-1, SHA-256. These are the, now SHA stands for secure hashing algorithm, right? One-way function that might produces a 160-bit hash value used with DSA. Now this is a one-way function again, and it might produce a 160-bit hash value, and this is being used with DSA, right? Then we have SHA-1, SHA-256, SHA-384 and SHA-512. अब ये सारी की सारी जो 256, 256, 384 और 512 है ना, these are the bit values that are being generated after performing a hash function. ठीक है? Updated version of SHA-1 produces a 160-bit hash value, SHA-256 produces a 256 hash value, and so on. ठीक है जी? Hopefully that is clear to all of you guys, right? Then we have MD2. So MD2 is a one-way function designed by Ron Rivest that creates a 128-bit hash message digest value. It is not necessarily any weaker than other algorithm in the MD family, but it is much slower. अच्छा जी, ये आपके पास जो आपने चीज़ अंडरस्टैंड करनी है हैशिंग एल्गोरिथम्स के अंदर कि वो कितने बिट की हैश वैल्यू जनरेट करता है. So it is being designed by Ron Rivest, or 128-bit message digest value. It is being created, and it's much slower than other algorithms, right? MD4 क्या करता है? MD4 is a one-way hash function designed by Ron Rivest. It also produces a 128-bit message digest value. It is used for high-speed computation in software implementation, and it is optimized for a microprocessor. It is much faster than MD2, right? और ये आपके पास 128-bit hash value generate करता है, ठीक है? And it is also been created by or designed by Ron Rivest. और Ron Rivest का आपको पता है, जानते हैं, जिसने RSA बनाया था, ठीक है? MD5 was also created by Ron Rivest, and it is a newer version of MD4. It still produces a 128-bit hash value, but the algorithm is more complex, which makes it harder to break. MD5 added a fourth round of operation to be performed during the hashing function and makes several of its mathematical operations carry out more steps or more complexity to provide a higher level of security. Recent research has shown that MD5 to be subject to collision attacks, and it is therefore no longer suitable for applications like SSL certificates and digital signatures that require collision attack resistance. Now see, I already told you regarding the collision attacks कि collision attacks आपके पास कैसे possible होते हैं किसी भी hashing algorithm के अंदर, ठीक है? And MD5 is prone to collision attacks, right? Collision attack sort of thing. So in order, for that reason, this is not so much popular and not being used for like an SSL certificates, right? SSL certificates का आपको पता है secured socket layer जो आपके पास use होती है between your client and your server का जो session होता है उसको encrypt करने के लिए, right? This is a certificate, and this is more, it's also have an 128-bit hash value, and it is also been designed by Ron Rivest. It is very harder to break, and it is going to have the multiple rounds operations which are going to be performed in order to secure your algorithm, right? So this is regarding an MD5. अब SHA के बारे में आ जाएं. SHA was designed by NSA and published by NIST to be used with the digital signature standard that is called as your DSS. SHA was designed to be used in digital signatures and was developed when a more secure hashing algorithm was required for US government application. SHA produces a 160-bit hash value or message digest. This is then inputted to an asymmetric algorithm which computes the signature for a message. Now see, first of all you need to understand कि जी SHA किसकी तरफ से डिजाइन किया गया. This is by NSA ने उसको publish किया और NIST ने उसको फिर authorize किया, right? Then DSS is used with the digital signatures, right? And SHA was designed to be used in digital signatures and was developed when more secure hashing algorithm was required. So security, based on the security, this was being designed in order to incorporate the more security to the hashing algorithm. ये आपके पास कितने बिट्स की वैल्यू प्रोड्यूस करता है? इट इज गोइंग टू प्रोड्यूस अ हैश वैल्यू ऑफ 160 बिट और अ मैसेज डाइजेस्ट. दिस इज देन इनपुटेड टू सम asymmetric algorithm that which is going to compute the signature for a message, right? So this is the functionality of SHA. SHA is similar to MD4. It has some extra mathematical function and produces a 160-bit hash instead of 128-bit hash, which makes it more resistant to brute force attacks, including birthday attack. Now see, इसकी जो आपके पास bit value है, that is more than 128, that is 160 bit. That is why it is more secure than your MD4. The reason is brute force attack is very much when you have the larger bit values. We already discussed, right, these things, right? So SHA was improved upon and renamed SHA-1 recently. Newer version of this algorithm, collectively known as SHA-2 family, have been developed and released like SHA-256, SHA-384 and SHA-512, right? SHA stands for secure hashing algorithm. So ये उसके different versions हैं which are being designed or which are being implemented in order to make it more secure, right? So this is regarding this. Then we have Havel. Havel is a variable length one-way hash function and its modification of MD5. It processes message blocks twice the size of those used in MD5. Thus it processes blocks of 1024 bits. अब देखें, Havel जो आपके पास है वो डबल द लेंथ आपके डेटा को प्रोसेस करता है, ये हैश फंक्शन अप्लाई करता है, ठीक है? इट प्रोसेस द मैसेज ब्लॉक टू इज द साइज ऑफ दोज यूज्ड इन MD5. MD5 के अंदर जो आपके पास ब्लॉक ऑफ मैसेजेस हैश कैलकुलेट हो रही थी उसके डबल के साथ डेटा को आपके पास ये हैशिंग एल्गोरिथम परफॉर्म करता है, हैशिंग फंक्शन परफॉर्म करता है. So it processes the blocks of 1024 bits, right? So Havel can produce hashes from 128 to 256 bits in length. अब आपके पास यहाँ पे जो मैसेज डाइजेस्ट जनरेट होता है उसकी वैल्यू क्या होती है? That is between 128 to 256 bits in length, right? And finally we have Tiger, right? Tiger is being designed by Ross Anderson and Ali Beham, developed by hashing algorithm called Tiger in 1995. It was designed to carry out hashing functionality on 64-bit systems and to be faster than MD5 and SHA-1. The resulting hash value is 192 bit. अब देखें इसकी जो आपके पास hash value है that is 192 bit. That is must. It seems that it is more secure, right? Design-wise, most hashing algorithms like MD5, RIPEMID, SHA-0 and SHA-1 are derivative or have been built upon the MD4 architecture. Tiger was built upon a different type of architecture with the goal of not being vulnerable to the same type of attack that could be successful towards the other hashing algorithm. So definitely it is less vulnerable to different type of attack. Its architecture was being designed in such a way that it is more secure. It has a less vulnerability, as we see that it has larger hashing values, or sorry, message digest of 192 bit. So this seems that okay, this is much more secure than the other hashing algorithm. So that's all from my side.